most impacting topics of discussion. Despierta Belize con Sunny Baiza on Power FM, Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. Let your voice be heard.
Call 673-2324
or text 661-2721 or visit our website www.powerfm955belize.com. Start your morning with Despierta Belize con Sunny Baiza. Despierta Belize con Sunny Baiza.
There is not a place to find. Take me back to my old Belize, old home Belize, old home Belize. Take me back to my old home Belize. There is not a place to find. Warm home, sweet home Belize, sweet home Belize, sweet home Belize. Warm home, sweet home Belize. There is not a place to find. Take me back to my old home Belize, my old home Belize, old home Belize. Soon I'll be back in my old home Belize. There is not a place to find. Warm home, sweet home Belize, sweet home Belize, sweet home Belize. Warm home, sweet home Belize. There is not a place to find. Warm home, sweet home Belize, sweet home Belize, sweet home Belize. Warm home, sweet home Belize. There is not a place to find.
Una vez más, buenos días, good morning to you, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Thank you for choosing Power FM. Son ya las 7:20 minutos, las 7:20 en lo que es el 95.5. Buenos días, Orinjoac, buenos días, Corozal, buenos días, Belize. Este es tu programa matutino, aquí en el 95.5, con su servidor Sunny Baiza. This is your morning show on Power FM 95.5 with yours truly, Sunny Baiza. Definitely you can tune to us at Power FM 95.5 on your radio dial. In Corozal and Orinjoac, Northern Belize. Pueden encontrarnos aquí en Orinjoac y también en Corozal en el 95.5. También estamos en lo que es www.powerfm955belize.com. Nos pueden encontrar también en Power Internet Radio. Así es, aquí en el 95.5. Estamos las 24/7 en el dial de tu radio y en el Internet Radio. Estamos hoy también en lo que es esta mañana aquí en el Facebook. Los encontramos también en el YouTube, en on the Power Hits Digital TV.
Whoa,
Buenos días, buenos días, buenos días, Orange Walk.
baby.
Buenos días, Corozal.
Whoa,
Buenos días, Belize.
there is not
Malopkin.
fine.
Malopkin. Días, 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 días. Así es, Orange Walk. Ahí los taquitos, curvita, good morning. Ahí para Don George, ahí para Doña Flor. Ahí en la curvita, buenos días. Ahí en Perlitas, buenos días. Ahí los taquitos, ay, ay, ay. Man, I'm telling you, tacos, 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 tacos. Tell me, hay tacos de Johnny Kick. Hace, ¿qué? Sí, tacos de Johnny Kick. I said, no, man. Sí, man, tenemos unos tacos de Johnny Kick. All right, so hasta taquitos, hay taquitos de maíz, taquitos de tortilla de maíz blanca, tortilla de maíz amarilla, hay taquitos en tortilla de harina y hay taquitos en Johnny Kick. All right, so hay taquitos en Johnny Kick también en Orange Walk. Good morning to you once again. A pleasant good morning wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Yours truly, Sunny Baiza, here with you. We'll be with you until 9 o'clock. All right, y les quiero darle los buenos días una vez más. Y gracias, Orange Walk, gracias, Corozal, gracias, Belize. Gracias siempre por la fiel sintonía a lo que es el 95.5. Siempre estamos aquí para saludarlos y traerles lo mejor que nosotros podamos estar trayendo en Power FM. Y siempre queremos también que ustedes allá afuera estén en la misma página, ¿verdad? Con nosotros en lo que es esta gran información que siempre nosotros tratamos de hacer, y queremos que ustedes participen, Siempre queremos que ustedes también participen en los programas. Quisiéramos que ustedes siempre sean parte del show, y es simplemente por llamando al 673-2324 y dándome sus concerns, ¿verdad? Lo que está pasando en su área de ustedes, y lo vamos a lo que es estar compartiendo. Como hoy tengo una cita con el honorable Kevin Emmanuel Bernard a las 9:30 esta mañana. I have a meeting with Minister Kevin Bernard, 9:30. And of course, my concern is to share with him of the Orange Walk Northern Regional Hospital, ¿verdad? He llamado al señor Felix Rivern, que es encargado del hospital, y también le ha mencionado yo de lo que son unos detalles, ¿verdad? Que me están llamando, me están diciendo que en el hospital se están portando un poco feíto. Las enfermeras, o no saben si son enfermeras, no saben si son doctores, doctoras, la verdad no saben, porque ahora dicen que ya usan diferentes uniformes. Antes las enfermeras usaban solamente blanco, ahora usan cualquier uniforme las enfermeras. They use different uniforms. One time nurses used to use white uniform, solo blanco usaban. Ahora usan diferentes colores y se confunde entre lo que es una enfermera y una doctora, un enfermero y un doctor. La verdad no sé, pero no importa lo que es el uniforme, lo que importa es el problema aquí es la mala cara, el mal tratamiento a lo que son nosotros los beliceños, o los pacientes, los que vamos ahí al hospital, y también los que visitamos el hospital en lo que es para ver a nuestros seres queridos que están en el hospital. That's our concern. Today I have a meeting with the Honorable Kevin Bernard at 9:30, and I'll be meeting the minister, and I will share my concerns as how you have shared it with me, that at the hospital they're treating people bad. Okay, they're treating people bad. I don't know if it's 100%, but my fear is that I would not like to, because I begged many of you for your support for the People's United Party. Yo les pedí mucho a ustedes su apoyo para lo que es este Partido Unido del Pueblo. Yo les pedí para su apoyo para el señor Kevin Emmanuel Bernard. I asked many of you to support Kevin Emmanuel Bernard. I always think Kevin is a very brilliant young man. I believe that he is a hard-working young man, and Kevin is doing very good. He has many challenges. It is not easy. No es algo fácil. But for this past, 6 years, a ver, ya 6 años, en estos 5 años, y estamos ahorita en lo que es November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, going to August. En estos últimos años, 5 años y 9 meses, right? 5 años, 9 meses. When I look at Prime Minister John Briceño, I can see a big difference in his 5 years, 9 months being Prime Minister. If you notice that Prime Minister John Briceño here is getting white, ¿verdad? El pelo de su cabeza del primer ministro John Briceño está quedando blanco. And sometimes I see him nice, bright, and shining. And other times I see him like he is losing weight, como que se está perdiendo peso y bastante preocupado. And as a friend, I would tell him, tell la PM, you have to take care of yourself, He said, boy, Sane, muchos quieren ser primer ministro de un país, pero muchos no saben el trabajo que lleva. Many people want to be prime minister of a country. That's your dream, that's your goal when you're a politician. He said, but you don't know all the work we have to do. He says, it's a lot of work, son. It's a lot of work. Es bastante trabajo. It's a lot of work, a lot of work. Y lo entiendo el primer ministro. When I see young Karim Musa, cuando veo a Karim, me acuerdo cuando Karim primero puso su rostro en el, very young, clean-shaved, nice-looking Karim, Jose Abelardo May, These gentlemen has changed drastically, They have changed because of all the work, all the stress, all the things that they go through. Anthony Mala, Julius Espat, you can see the pressure that these men are in on that seat that they are sitting down. But one thing I can tell you, I don't see no change in Kevin Emmanuel Bernard. Yo no veo mucho cambio en Kevin. Kevin es una persona que realmente hace bastante trabajo, pero Kevin, yo no veo como que si se estresa mucho. I don't see Kevin. I wonder how he does it. I wonder how he handles it. So I am more comfortable. Sometimes I'm relaying many messages to Kevin. I le digo a Kevin, you know what, I see this, I see that, and please bring it up on the meeting. Pero cuando viene en nuestra salud, when it comes to the health sector, I can tell you there are wonderful doctors, there are wonderful nurses, and many a times on this medium, I have blasted nurses, I have blasted doctors, and sometimes it was like in general. Y uno de esos doctores era el doctor el doctor que en paz descanse, Jair. Dr. Jair Osorio, he was the man in charge of the hospital at the time, and many times he tried to reach me, and I refused to reach Dr. Jair because he was a friend, he was a friend, and one day I did, and I saw a big difference at the hospital. Yo vi una gran diferencia en el hospital. Hay veces los que laboran en el hospital es porque no hay herramientas, no hay equipos, no hay medicina, no hay esto, no hay el otro, no hay esto, no hay el otro. Pero eso era abajo del UDP. That was under the United Democratic Party. And this government vowed that they will do better at our hospitals. Este gobierno nos prometió que van a ser mejor en nuestros hospitales. Yo me recuerdo hablando con el primer ministro y me recuerdo cuando en el hospital en Belize se caía el cielo del cuarto, caían los raccoons adentro del hospital, el ratón corriendo adentro de lo que es el pre-care, cosa para los nenes, the big rat running inside with the baby, with the newborn baby, and roaches and all kind of neglect at hospitals across the country of Belize, babies dying, nurses and doctors working with no morale, tan tristes, cansados, no quieren hacer el trabajo, no hay herramientas para trabajar. The United Democratic Party being a wreck of our health system. Realmente fregaron nuestro departamento de salud abajo del mandatario de el que fue representante de la Bahía de Corozal. And it was a mess. It was a mess. I will tell you this, it was a mess. And then political cronies went to the hospital, and why they were demanding from nurses, they were demanding from doctors, they were demanding from those who worked at the Northern Regional Hospital. When this People's United Party won, and the Honorable Shabat became the Minister of Health, I was so happy because, he was forming changes. He never went too long when there were heads bucking and a reshuffling happened. And they moved the Honorable Kevin Emmanuel Bernard to the Ministry of Health. He has held that position for almost 4 years? About 4 years he have held that position, or a little more than 4 years. And the Honorable Kevin Emmanuel Bernard is doing a wonderful job. He's doing a great job. That one ministry, I can tell you that he's always on top of things. And yes, I want to say that when I hear about the Orange Rock Hospital, when I hear about where they go on right now, then yes, I am concerned. Te voy a decir la verdad, sí estoy preocupado, porque es mi gente que vaya. Es mi familia, mi gente de Orange Rock, mis vecinos, mis conocidos, amigos que llegan al hospital, familiares que llegan al hospital. Y es triste cuando escuchamos que son maltratados en lo que es el hospital, that they are treated bad at the hospital. I remember under the UDP, yo me acuerdo bajo del UDP que solo llegando en el portón del hospital, just reaching at the gate of the hospital, there was a sense of a bad feeling. Ya se sentía algo que realmente era como negativo cuando llegabas al hospital, and I never wanted to go to the hospital. I never wanted to frequent the hospital, and then until one day one day, I saw a big cheat at the hospital. Y yo lo quiero decir de esta manera, que otra vez, tenemos buenos doctores, tenemos buenas enfermeras, tenemos a nuestra gente, pero no muestren mal modo. Don't show bad ways. And sometimes they do at private hospitals. They do it but then don't do it at the Northern Regional Hospital. No lo hagan en el Northern Regional Hospital, por favor, porque realmente yo quisiera ver que traten a nuestra gente bien. There are many, 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 many of us that cannot afford private care. No podemos nosotros estar haciendo lo que es consiguiendo los servicios privados. No podemos. We don't have, and it hurts, and it really hurts to lose the little bit that we have, to lose the little bit that we have for our health, and we will still die. Es triste que vamos a vender carro, vender casa y terreno, vender todo el poquito de ahorros que tenemos en cadenas, esclavas, reloj, cualquier cosa de valor lo vendemos para conseguir servicios médicos, solo sabiendo que nos vamos a morir. We're gonna die. That is, and sometimes I believe that they know that we're going to die. Yo lo voy a decir de esta manera. A veces yo pienso que los doctores saben que vamos a morir, saben que no hay recuperación, pero te van a mandarte a hacer esto, mandarte a hacer el otro, mandarte a hacer el otro. ¿Y quién quiere que un ser querido se muera? Who wants a loved one dies? Nobody. Nobody. No matter if grandpa is 101 years old. No importa si nuestro abuelo tiene 101 años. No queremos que se muera el abuelo. We want to give him more life. No entendemos que ya es tiempo que vaya a descansar. No entendemos que ya es tiempo que esté con su creador. Nosotros no queremos, lo queremos darle más vida. Le queremos darle más. No queremos que se mueran. Pero si se mueren en un cuido bien bonito, en un cuido bien hermoso, ¿quién no estaría alegre que cuando llegues en el hospital y el abuelo esté y te digan, qué lindo es tu abuelo, qué bello es tu abuelo, es un lindo señor, es esto, es el otro? You feel good, but sometimes when you go there and you see those big, bad, fat faces, they're upset. I wonder why. What are making our nurses and doctors upset? Why? ¿Por qué están molestas? ¿Por qué están molestos? ¿Qué hay? ¿Qué está pasando? Does the minister know of any uncomfortness? Does the minister know of any need that the hospital wants and they cannot get it? Is it something of jealousy? ¿Es tal vez algo de celo? Is it envy? ¿Es envidia? Are others getting more than what this hospital is getting? Yo no sé qué es. Porque yo no creo que el mal modo es natural. I don't think that the bad ways are natural. That's what I don't believe. I don't believe bad ways are natural. Ok, y esta mañana yo lo quiero decirlo. Y quisiéramos saber cómo nosotros podemos nosotros mejorar estas cosas que pasan. We won't like that our people are saying, that they are treating them bad. at the hospital. No quisiéramos seguir escuchando, estar diciendo que están tratando mal a nuestra gente en el hospital. Buenos días, Miss Maria Julia Correa. Good morning. Miss Maria Cocom, good morning to you as well. A beautiful Thursday morning in the country of Belize. And thank you too for choosing Power FM 95.5. Muchas gracias una vez más. Gracias siempre por la fiel sintonía a lo que es el 95.5. But yes, concerns about the Northern Regional Hospital, concerns about Orinjoak. Our minister is from Orinjoak, and if there is needed, if there is something that the hospital needs, and I can lobby, there's a group right now in America that has asked me in regards to medical stuff o cosas para hospitales, para la salud. And I will see too if I can get in contact again with these people. There's a Mexican group. Hay un grupo mexicano también que se ha dado en contacto y a ver cómo ellos quisieran también apoyar. Tienen productos para la salud y quisieran ellos compartir con Belice. Estuve yo charlando con un grupo de México y están listos para charlar. Y la cosa es que nosotros quisiéramos ver cómo esto es, ¿verdad? It's amazing, but it's real. It's amazing, but it is real. And I want to say one lead difference. And I want to say one lead difference in this. Pero Sonia, en este momento, lo que marca el reloj, Sonia, las 7:44 minutos. Las 7:44. Buenos días una vez más, Orinjoak. Buenos días, Corozal. Buenos días, Belice. Buenos días y siempre por la fiel sintonía, lo que es el 95.5. Las 7:44 en el 95.5.
We have a project that is here to assist especially the northern districts with the sugarcane. Government approached the World Bank in 2022 and requested for a loan to help our farmers because they were in a very difficult situation back then, and the handing over of this vehicle is part of this building that capacity to CERDE, which is the research department that will help us in collecting more data and ensuring that we achieve the objectives of what was being laid out in this 5-year program.
It is very challenging when it comes to pests and diseases, and it requires more mobilization of our technical team in the fields to provide support to farmers, to do monitoring, and to do pest control and management. So this set of vehicles will certainly make our services to farmers and the industry at large more efficient, and will bring about the necessary support to all cane farmers in ensuring that we can bring back the industry to what it was some years ago.
We are today receiving a donation of 3 marine monitoring stations through the Caribbean Institute for Meteorology and Hydrology under the RCCAME project. This project is funded through the European Union, through the Caribbean Development Bank, with financing from the European Union. The project will assist us to enhance our monitoring capabilities within the marine environment. Many persons know that we have a vast network of weather stations on the mainland, and we do have a few offshore in the Keys. But these stations currently only monitor atmospheric variables, pressure, your air temperature, and wind, and that type of thing. We knew that we have a gap in terms of monitoring oceanic variables, and these stations will assist us to do so.
Belize has received 3 buoys. 2 carry a conventional mooring, so just your anchor your anchor line and the buoy itself. One is what we would call a smart mooring, has a smart mooring. So this one has temperature sensors along a data cable. So as opposed to just the temperature at the surface, you get a temperature profile throughout the water column. So it has one sensor at the top, one in the middle of the water column, and one close to the bottom. So you get that range of temperatures throughout the water column. Apart from that, each of them measure barometric pressure. You get waves, they all measure waves, and then you get a wind speed which is derived from the waves. The unique things about this project, and one of the things that we are very excited about, is going to be the first really regional monitoring network throughout the entire region. There have been buoys in different countries in different patches before, but not a comprehensive monitoring network. So that's one of the aspects that we are really excited about. But these buoys specifically are used widely throughout the world by different organizations, military, NGOs, researchers. And the information that they provide is really essential. You can have hurricane predictions, you can do sensitive habitat monitoring, you can do fisheries monitoring. There's a whole host of applications that you can do with this equipment.
Monitoring the marine conditions is important because a lot of the weather depends on the ocean. There's a coupling between the atmosphere and the ocean in terms of weather. So, for example, we do know that hurricanes are strengthened by sea surface temperature, how warm it is. So if we're able to monitor that and provide that information, it will enhance the models that are actually depending on that information.
Program started in 2022. We have the garden that gives us fresh veggies that we may use daily.
They give us a free meal every day. We have been getting healthy foods like lettuce, cabbage, carrots, potatoes, and many more.
Not much of us were feeling good at home. Some of the guys that come to school, they start growing more faster.
We are helping these kids who we saw when we came. They were eating at home, but they weren't eating balanced meals. It affects us because teaching, you have students falling asleep, not paying attention, not doing homework because they're not that healthy. They don't have the nutrition that a growing child may need. Right now, we just had the picking of beans at a nearby community. Years before, students don't come. Why? Because parents, it's easier for them to take them with them to work in the fields than come to school because there will be no one home to give them lunch. So what they're doing, they go to work and the students come to school.
Cuando son ya las 7:50, man, can you believe that our children rather go to work and don't want to go to school? You know, yesterday I was talking to a friend I haven't seen for quite some time, you know, and I was asking about life, you know. How was life? How was everything after school? Then he said, Sonny, how was it at technical? Because we wanted to know we were going to technical, you know. Excited going to technical. I said, man, you know, I technical in Belize City. I said, man, my mom prepared everything for us, you know. I remember that time technical used to use uniform, a dark blue pants and a light blue shirt. And my mom got my uniform. My mom bought my clothes to go and do my pants. Don Dem Castillo. I met him yesterday. I saw him yesterday. I never met him. I saw him. I saw Don Dem yesterday. Don Dem was our tailor. Don Dem sewed my pants. Costuró mis pantalones. Don Dem. Cada vez mamá se iba a Chetumal cuando venía. Traía 2 cortes de pantalón. Uno para Hernán, uno para mí. And they would say, take it to Don Dem to sew. Llévenlo con Don Dem que lo costure. And Don Dem used to sew the pants. And when the pants is done, then we take out one pants, or we can take out the two pants, we take out the two pants. Or don them would say, take them, llévalos, llévenlo, ahí me traen el dinero. And that's how we grew, but then the guy wanted to know, how was it a technical? I said, why no terminé? I never finished. As a matter of fact, I didn't even started. I didn't even started because I found a jam. And I went more. I was already working, if I should say. I was already working, but not full time because I was going to school only during holidays. And then I said, you know what? No, man, I got to make money. Yo me voy a quedar a hacer dinero mejor. And when we learn to make money, then we don't want to go back to school. It is hard for you to make money, and then, wow, you miss school. But I want to say this, and I will always encourage every young people, male and female, when you go to school. When you go to school, all right? Vayan a la escuela. I don't care much about what ranks we have done in our lives. Te voy a decir la verdad que sí hemos hecho bastante cosas que no son buenos en esta vida, and we have done grieve ones. Pero yo creo que si me ponen en una balanza, I think if we go in a scale and we put how much bad I have done compared to the good, I think my good outweighs the bad. Y eso es lo que yo siempre tengo en mi mente. Tal vez estoy equivocado. Maybe I am wrong. I don't know. But I can tell you that's how I live my life. Yo no me puedo estar estancando en lo que es lo negativo de nuestras vidas. Lo que yo sí quiero ver es lo positivo. Las cosas buenas que se hace en esta vida. The good things that we do in life. And that is what I want to do, okay? Eso es lo que yo quiero ver. Yo quiero ver las cosas positivas que nosotros hacemos para que podamos mejorar nuestras vidas. Greg Z. Jones, good morning to you. Good morning to you, Mr. Greg. Good morning to you, Miss Pat. To Miss Barbara McLaughlin. Boy, I have to go visit that lady today. Have to go and visit her today. Miss Barbara McLaughlin, good morning to you. To Tercia Gabriel, good morning. Morning. I hope they still the wrong, Gregs. All right. Mr. Gordon Young, good morning to all dedicated listeners, especially to you, Mr. Sonny, to you and your family too, Mr. G. Good morning, Fem. Buenos días. Gracias, Fem. Maria Julia Correa, good morning. Also to all you wonderful people locked in Benque. Gracias, Miss Maria. And to all. No, honestly, sometimes we do things in life and we miss the big things. And I want to tell you this. It's easy to do bad, Es fácil hacer maldad. Es fácil hacer una persona que tú no eres. It's easy for you to be a person who you are not. All right? Who you are not. God created us to be loving, to be caring, to be there for one another. But sometimes the enemy is right there behind us, the beat way, You fool, you this, you that, you know how to do that, you know how to do this. Left them alone. That's for them problem, not no yours, But God has been good, and many people have been good to me. And that's why you see maybe I am who I am. That's why I tell you the good always outweighs the bad. And that's true. Valerio Chuck, buenos días. Good morning, Valerio. Buenos días. Espero que estés bien el día de hoy. Pero regresamos una vez más con lo que es el Orinjoak Northern Regional Hospital. Cuando me dicen del hospital, when they tell me about the hospital, when they tell me about what's going on, I am saddened. Estoy triste cuando escucho que están tratando a nuestra gente con mal modo en el hospital. Porque ese mal modo solo venía abajo de la administración del UDP. That bad ways, that bad character could have only come under the United Democratic Party, not under a government that serves the people, no abajo de lo que es un gobierno que juró a ser sirviente del pueblo. I cannot see our very own, even what makes it even harder for me to believe, because when I do go to the hospital, and I want to say this, I do visit the hospital occasionally, but when I enter the gate, I can see some wonderful faces of supporters of the People's United Party. Maybe Jules Vasquez might hear me this morning and want to move all of them people because they are supporters of the PUP. When you used to go before and you see those fat faces, ignorant faces, bosses of the United Democratic Party supporters at the hospital, at the gate, why? He used to bad, He used to really bad. And then, now that you go, you can see some smiling faces, treating people good. Then it makes me feel good. I don't care about, like how they got some people say, why Sani, you me supposed to. Sani feels good when I can hear that in a government office, our people are being treated good compared to under the United Democratic Party. Yo me siento bien. De veras, yo me siento bien cuando alguien puede venir y me dice, fui en el hospital y me trataron bien. Porque es una diferencia. Es una diferencia bajo de este gobierno y una diferencia cuando era el UDP. Cuando van en Lands Department, a mí no me importa quién esté ahí. Está Miss Silvia, está Mr. Marin, está quien está ahí. Que son UDPs. No, they are there to serve. And I have been there and I have been seated down and I have seen they treat people so nice. Because it's a new environment. It's the People's United Party. It is serve the people. So if at the hospital there are doctors and nurses that their faith are still in the UDP, this is a different administration and you have to adapt to this administration and treat people good. If there are people employed at the hospital, they need to treat people good. Don't take your problems from home to work. Do not take your problems from home to work. Por favor, no lo hagan. Treat people good. Treat people good. That's the biggest blessings that you can have when you treat people good. It doesn't mean that you bend the rule and the law for people. No. It just means treat them nice. Treat them good. That's all. If there's a loved one at the hospital and you can't come in, there's no time for visit. No, make them say, Mr. Bizer, it's not time to visit. But make a give only 1 minute for see the patient. We'll just say hi and see what they need, and then you come back at 4 o'clock the visit, or tomorrow the visit. What's hard on that? What is difficult on that? To just go and say, all right, yeah, I can see my friend, I can see my family. Man, the guard was so nice. The doctor was so nice, that they gave me a minute visit, 1 minute, just to say hi. And I want to explain to my sick loved one, no es hora de visita, llegué tarde, pero la seguridad es un buen muchacho. Me dio una oportunidad solo para decirte que voy a estar mañana a las 11. Las 11, las 10 es hora de visita y yo voy a venir. Solo quiero que sepas que estoy aquí a tu lado. Man, you make everybody, the world shines in a minute. In a minute. Sometimes some people will carry some nice hot, maybe some nice hot oats or custard, and then when you reach it, there's no time for visit. Man, not treat people bad, man. So no all we know time, no all we know these things, and we need to treat people good. And that's why sometimes when Rennie Quayo they talk, and that's what maybe Rennie sees at the border. Maybe that's what Rennie sees with the transport department. And Rennie sees a regiment. Rennie sees those people who are daño, those people who want to crush you, those people that want to step upon you, squeeze you and take away your last dollar. Y yo creo que hay una gran diferencia en esto. We should be different people. Roberto Gilharry, good morning. Yeah, right. Eso ni tú te lo crees, Sonny. No, I am telling you, I have had wonderful experiences, and I hate that when I share this with people, and I say no, but I go to the hospital and the hospital will treat me good. I go to the police station and they treat me good. I go to the to social security and they treat me good. I go to income tax, they treat me good. I go to the immigration, they treat me very good. I just said it. I had an encounter with the ministry of with the immigration the other day, and I went to the immigration department, and why I want to tell you this. Hats off to Miss Pin, a wonderful lady, Miss Pin and all the immigration team here in Orange Walk, wonderful men. They're wonderful, and the thing is that God is good because they said, Mr. Biza, you know what? I am sorry, but what you want, we cannot do because it's beyond our control. It has to be the higher level. And what we can do for you is just to not hurry, press. We're going to ease off this burden a little bit and hold it back and see until what can happen. But you have until 2 o'clock, Mr. Biza. You got until 2. Well, I tried to do everything that I could for 2 o'clock. Couldn't do it. And I went back and I said, no response. Well, let's go with the process. Let's go. Let's go. Vamos con el proceso, and I vow to pay. I vow to pay my fees. Let's pay for it. Pam, 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 and let's get it done. But sadly, still, the heart is always positive and good. No salió lo que quería. Y después me encontré con lo que estaba buscando más temprano. And I want to thank again, when I think about it, I always want to thank the immigration department. They were so nice. Honestly, they were so nice, and I'm grateful. But sometimes I don't want to do things because I am Sunny Biza. Sometimes when I go to some places and I catch the line, and I am on the line, and there are some people who say, Pase, Mr. Sane. Usted, no. You go. Usted, es su turno de usted, no es el mío. Sometimes I would go and I would go and eat, And sometimes when I want to finish eating, they tell me, está bien. No está bien, because then usted no me invitó. You never invited me, I just dropped in and I can eat, So I want to pay. Cheng always begs with me, And I said, no. You never invited me. When you call me and you tell me, Sonny, I'd invite you for come and eat some tacos, then I go in. But don't let me go and buy for you and then you will tell me no. I will not accept that, because then it's your little business and the same thing, when we can do things, we do things. Pero la cosa es que yo quiero que traten a todos bien. I want to see they treat our people good. Ese es todo lo que yo le pido a los que trabajan en el gobierno. Porque cuando estábamos abajo del UDP y teníamos bastante harassment, y no solo hacían harass a los PUPs, esos cabrones hacían harass hasta sus mismos UDPs. Y yo no quisiera que eso pase abajo de este gobierno, abajo de este mandato del Partido Unido del Pueblo. We fight hard to change those injustices. We fight hard to change for better ways at these departments. We fight hard that this government will find stuff, the needed material that they need at the hospitals, for the police department, for offices of government. Para eso nosotros hicimos bulla y peleamos y pedimos el apoyo de todo mundo que vote para el PUP. Por eso cuando escuchamos cosas que no están pasando bien, and I want to tell you something, I am proud of the Honorable Florencio Marin. I am proud of the Honorable Oscar Mira, because they said, you know what, if it's wrongdoing, I'm going to step back. Let them investigate. And if they have any wrongdoing, Prime Minister, then I want to take me lick. And that's what they're doing, what both men are doing, Les voy a decir que a nadie de ellos no los quitó. Cuando hablaron con Mira, and Mira dice, no, Mira went out and said, no, I have no wrongdoing. No wrongdoing. And so they said, well, you know what? Make a step on aside. Get investigation, step aside. The Honorable Florencio Marin went and tell Prime Minister, if Oscar Mira is stepping on aside, then I am the minister responsible. And I know that there's no wrongdoing, so I'm going to step aside. And that's what I like about it, that they step aside. Now they are leaking of who is purchasing. But we can come back to that leaking directly, because it's 8:10. Son las 8:10 y vamos a hacer el pronóstico del tiempo gracias a nuestros patrocinadores, Old Master Rums, Belize's finest liquors. Old Master, the spirits of Belize. Old Master Rums, los licores más finos del país de Belice, los licores Old Master.
Well, this about the Old Master Gold Rum. The rum that hold the crown. The rum that run the town. Get it while I sing along. Watch this. Some gold rum come to town, Old Master lick them down. Some gold rum come around, Old Master stand it wrong. Some gold rum create the form, Old Master climb the hump. When parties start to bump, Old Master hold the rum. When the people having fun, Old Master hold the rum. When having a barbecue, Old Master gold for you. When having a picnic, Old Master gold for it. You're sipping your mixed drink, Old master gold lily. Some gold rum come to tongue. Old master holy crown. Some gold rum come to tongue. Old master holy crown. Some gold rum come to tongue. Old master holy crown. Some gold rum come to tongue. The number one rum in town. Some gold rum come to tongue. Old master lick them down. Some gold rum come around. Old master stand a ground. Some gold rum feed the form. Old master climb the hump. When parties start to bump, old master pull around. When the people having fun, old master pull around. When having a barbecue, old master goal for you. When having a picnic, old master goal for it. You're sipping your mixed drink, old master goal lily. Some gold rum come to tongue, old master holy crown. Some gold rum come to tongue, old master holy crown. Some gold rum come to tongue, old master holy crown. Some gold rum come to tongue, the number one rum in town.
Old Master Rums, Belize's finest liquors. Old Master, the spirits of Belize. At this time, we join the National Med Service of Belize for this morning's weather forecast for today. For today, Thursday, the 23rd day in the month of July of 2026, as of 6 o'clock this morning. We join forecaster Michelle Agustin at the National Med Service of Belize. Good morning to you, Miss Michelle. Buenos dias.
Good morning. Radar imagery showed a few showers occurred mainly over the southern part of the Toledo district overnight and early this morning. Elsewhere, little to no rain occurred. A light easterly airflow will support most of fair and warm weather conditions during the next 24 to 48 hours. The forecast is for sunny skies with cloudy spells today and partly cloudy skies tonight, with only isolated showers expected. High temperatures are expected to reach about 89 Fahrenheit along the coast, 95 Fahrenheit inland, and 82 Fahrenheit in the hills. Overnight temperatures are expected to be about 82 Fahrenheit near the coast, 73 Fahrenheit inland, and 66 Fahrenheit up in the hills. Winds are from the east at 5 to 15 knots, producing light chop sea conditions. We are currently experiencing a high tide, and low tide will occur at 12:40 this afternoon. The moon will rise at 5 minutes to 2 this afternoon, and the sun will set at 6:29 this evening. The outlook for Friday and Friday night is for similar weather conditions to prevail. In the tropical weather outlook, at 6 o'clock this morning, Tropical Storm Bertha was about 145 miles west-southwest of New Orleans, Louisiana. Bertha was moving to the west at 13 miles per hour, with maximum sustained winds of 45 miles per hour. Elsewhere over our region, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 48 hours. And in the sargassum forecast, there is a high chance that more sargassum mats could impact beaches, especially over the northern half of the country during the next few days. And with that, we conclude this morning's weather report and forecast prepared at the National Meteorological Service. More information is available on our website at nms.gov.bz and on the Belize Weather app.
Thank you so much, dear forecaster Michelle Agustin at the National Met Service of Belize for this morning's weather report. As a light easterly airflow will support mostly fair and warm weather conditions in the country of Belize. Thank you to the National Met Service of Belize, and thank you to our sponsors, Old Master Rums, Belize's finest liquors, Old Master, the spirits of Belize.
Well, this about the old master gold rum. The rum that hold the crown. The rum that run the town. Get it while I sing along. Watch this. Some go around come to town, well master lick them down. Some go around come around, well master stand it ground. Some go around create the form, well master climb the home. When parties start to bump, well master hold around. When the people having fun, well master hold around. When having a barbecue, well master goal for you. When having a picnic, well master goal for it. You're sipping your mixed drink, well master goal lick. Some go around come to town, well master goal the crown. Some go around come to town, well master goal the crown. Some go around come to town, well master goal the crown. Some go around come to town, the number one rum in town. Some go around come to town, well master lick them down. Some go around come around, well master stand it ground. Some go around create the form, well master climb the home. When parties start to bump, well master goal around. When the people having fun, well master goal around. When having a barbecue, well master goal for you. When having a picnic, well master goal for it. You're sipping your mixed drink, well master goal lick. Some go around come to town, well master goal the crown. Some go around come to town, well master goal the crown. Some go around come to town, well master goal the crown. Some go around come to town, the number one rum in town.
Old Master Rums, Belize's finest liquors. Old Master, the spirits of Belize. Cuando son ya en este momento las 8:18 las 8:18, aquí en lo que es el 95.5. Hacemos este espacio y regresamos con más en su programa Despierta Belize.
It is today a proud and memorable occasion for the Belize Defense Force as we celebrate two significant milestones. The passing out parade of recruit intake number 69, where 134 recruits will successfully complete their training, and the formal change of appointment of the Force Sergeant Major. Among these 134 recruits are 20 outstanding women who, with their male counterparts, successfully completed a demanding journey that tested their discipline, resilience, courage, and commitment. The Belize Defense Force places great trust in each of you, and I am confident that you will serve with pride and distinction wherever duty calls. This afternoon also marks a truly historic moment for the Belize Defense Force as we witness the change of appointment of the Force Sergeant Major, the highest appointment within the enlisted ranks of the Belize Defense Force. After years of dedicated exemplary service, Warrant Officer Class 1 Wilfrido Mahano relinquishes the appointment of Force Sergeant Major. Now assuming this prestigious appointment is Warrant Officer Class 1 Diancar Reyes, who makes history as the first woman ever to serve as Force Sergeant Major of the Belize Defense Force. This is not only a personal achievement, but a defining milestone for our institution and for women in military leadership across Belize and the region.
Brigadier General Velasquez, thank you for the trust and confidence you have placed in me. I accept this appointment with a clear understanding of its responsibilities to support your command intent, offer honest advice, uphold discipline and standards, and serve the members and families of the Belize Defense Force.
The Sembrando Vida project in Belize is a product of the commitments made by the governments of Mexico and Belize, signed on May 7, 2022, with the visit of President Andrés Manuel López Obrador to Belize. The first phase of the project was launched in June of 2023, benefiting some 2,000 small farmers, and so today we witness the launch of phase 2 of the project, with another 2,000 Belizean small farmers set to benefit.
Sembrando Vida consists in 3 components. The first one, the financial, or $114 from up to 8 months, in-kind support, including seeds, plants, agrochemicals, and agroforest tools, and the improvement of productive units.
Con el apoyo del programa pudimos continuar con nuestra producción de maracuyá, pitahaya, guanábano y diversos árboles frutales, implementando técnicas y compuestos orgánicos que nos han permitido mejorar la calidad de nuestros productos, nuestra salud y sobre todo cuidar y proteger el medio ambiente. Gracias al programa no solo hemos mejorado nuestra economía, sino que también hemos encontrado un sentido y propósito de orgullo en todo lo que hacemos.
The Ministry of Sustainable Development and Climate Change is safeguarding Belize's invaluable natural resources by providing the necessary frameworks that will guarantee the sustainable use of our resources. We play a crucial role in regulating sustainable harvesting, use, and management of Belize's resources, which is essential not only for constructing our homes, but also for creating jobs and fostering economic growth in our country. We are ensuring long-term forest management and conservation efforts that will positively impact the environment for sustainable Belize today and for generations to come.
What happens when one person decides to make a change? In communities across Belize, we're seeing the answer.
Hi, I'm Kayla Linares. I love being outside and surrounded by nature. When I heard about the national cleanup, I signed up right away. I don't litter, and I help clean up Belize, one piece of trash at a time.
It starts with one choice, one moment, one step towards something better. Across our beautiful country, everyday heroes are making a difference. In just one day, nearly 2,000 volunteers collected over 40,000 pounds of garbage. From local groups to national partners, Belizeans are uniting to protect what we love. Every cleanup, every piece of properly disposed waste, every conversation, it all creates a ripple effect. But we can't just continue to clean up after everybody's mess. Let's prevent it and be proactive, not reactive. Because remember, our Belize, our responsibility. Din it.
Let's bin it, así dijo, ¿verdad? Vamos a hacer, es nuestra responsabilidad, es nuestro Belice. You know, I was looking at a place in Mexico, donde hay un lugar en México que es limpio. Esta ciudad, este pueblano turístico en México, no se tira basura. The fine is very hefty. Okay? And I will tell you something, people don't throw away garbage. We are still throwing away garbage on our streets. You know, it's nasty. De veras, yo creo que I will ask the Ministry of Environment, I will ask the Ministry of Sustainable Development climate change and waste management, solid waste management, to really start to implement fees to people who throw their garbage anywhere. Hay veces vemos que lo botan de los autobuses, de los carros, lo tiran. They just throw it outside and they don't care. These things are wrong. They are not good for the country. They are not good for health. They are not good for nothing. Y les voy a decir que eso hasta más gasto. It's even more, it's costly. Porque cuando la gente van a estar limpiando las orillas de la carretera, ahora necesitan a 3, 4 personas que estén adelante recogiendo botellas, plásticos, porque si no, cuando pase la máquina arriba lo va a quebrotear. And it doesn't make sense. It can hurt people. Those people who are running on the side of the road, or those people who, God forbid, anything happens. Pero yo creo que debemos que estar cuidando nuestro país y no tirando basura a donde sea. Buenos días una vez más, Jovita Martínez. Good morning to you. Gracias, Femfem. Juanita Turcios, buenos días. Miss Paulita Castillo, good morning. Buenos días, Miss Paulita. Y gracias también por la fiel sintonía a lo que es Power FM. Y a todos que se encuentran en su radio, to all of you on your radio dial, good morning, buenos días, gracias, de veras, gracias. Ese es para ti, que te encuentras con nosotros. Ahí para el señor Rubén Vargas, good morning, buenos días, Mr. Rubén. Morning, maestro. Ahí también para nadie más que Emilio Jiménez. Ahí para Miss Mar, buenos días. Gracias, gracias de veras de todo. Ahí para Orgy. Ahí para Orgy. A todos ahí en lo que es Hydro Purified Water. Good morning. Thank you so much. Ahí también para Miss Maggie Burgos. Ahí para Osmond Viasis. Buenos días. Ahí para el señor David. Mr. Div Espadas. Ahí para Miss Elsie. Good morning. Thank you for being with us this morning as well. Gracias al señor Álvaro Alpuche. Good morning, Mr. Albi. Good morning. Ahí también para Miss Yvonne, buenos días. Y vamos a saludar esta mañana a Miss Reese. I have to big up Miss Reese, you know. I have to big up Miss Reese. Yesterday I was eating a mango. Ayer estaba comiendo un mango. And I remember Miss Reese. All right, ahí a Miss Reese Montalvo. Buenos días, Miss Reese. Good morning to you. Ahí el señor Mr. Dewey Montalvo. Buenos días. And thank you too for always choosing Power FM. Gracias siempre por escuchar. And I remember de Mango Kick, Miss Yvonne. Lo que me acordé ayer es el Mango Kick que siempre hace Miss Reese. En ese tiempo ella hace unos nice Mango Kick. And I guess that was the only time in my entire life that I have tasted Mango Kick and I have eaten Mango Kick. Because I don't eat Mango Kick since then. Okay? Recuerdo cuando Miss Reese me mandó a buscar un kick de mango. And we throw away mango like crazy. All right? But she did some nice mango kick. It was good. Buenos días una vez más. Good morning to you. Son las 8:30 de la mañana. It's 8:30. To all those locked in, good morning. Ahí para Nelson. Nelson Refrigeration. Good morning to you, Nelson. A todo mundo que trabaja, buenos días. Y vamos a estar haciendo esto una vez más. You know, we were talking about this People's United Party and those people who are employed by this government and those people who are given the opportunity by the people. Okay, we're talking about those members of the National Assembly. Yo quiero decir que estuvimos hablando, terminamos antes de ir a la pausa del tiempo, era que el señor Florencio Marín se decidió que también él se ponga de un lado mientras lo que es el ministro John Briceño apunte a las personas para estar haciendo. You know, when people talk about vouchers and payments, you know, solo quiero decir que se entregaron productos, ¿ok? Se entregaron los productos. El medio de comunicaciones lo está provocando. más y más lo que Jules Vasquez está haciendo. Él quiere el premio. Jules quiere el premio del Caribe. He wants the prize for the Caribbean, and that's fine. Go ahead, Jules. Continue the work for you, because it was not Jules Vasquez. That is very erroneous of the Caribbean that Jules Vasquez suspended or put two ministers on leave. It is not true. It's not Jules Vasquez. Okay? But I just want to say this, that's how he feels, and he's pumped up right now. Pobre Jules se siente que está haciendo. Pero yo quiero decir que se entregaron cosas y se están pagando. Y abajo de cualquier gobierno, del PUP o UDP, van a buscar a personas que le den servicio al BDF o al hospital, al país de Belice. Y yo creo que es correcto que los PUPs lo hagan. I think it's just right that the PUP does it, I cannot see that this government would be giving a financier of the United Democratic Party to do things. I can tell you, and yo nací y yo crecí aquí en Orange Walk. I grew and I live in Orange Walk. I can tell you, I saw the robbery on video at Gas Plus, and I was very upset. I was very upset, not because the gas station belongs to Mr. Aragon, and get me upset. It's the action of those people robbing the gas station. But then I came to realize, and I said, man, we grew up together. We went to primary school together. He's a little younger than me. Lenny, his sister, the sister of the former minister was in my class. Their mom was my teacher. Okay, their dad never teach me, but he was a teacher as well. Era maestro, Mr. Elodio Aragon Sr. Mr. Maestra. She taught me in school. And I just want to say that they were normal people. They were wonderful people. Until Mr. Aragon ran for elections in 1984 and won. Things changed. Things changed that family. Las cosas cambiaron en esa familia drásticamente. A line was drawn, And today, what they have, I can tell you about families where the man, the father, teacher. I could tell you about the family that only the man, the father, teacher, they have 8 picnic, and all of them they work with government, and 4 of them, 5 of them are teachers, and the next 3 they work the government, and they still have not achieved what the Aragon family have achieved. And nobody no question it. Jules no lo vas a investigate. I'm just telling you about one in Orange Walk. All right? But one in Orange Walk. We can see countless ones. Pero yo solo quiero decir que nadie no dice nada. Nobody no say nothing. Where is the investigation? Where is this? Where is that? And to have the People's United Party giving contracts to members of the People's United Party, it's good. It's very good. And if I am upset, yes, I am damn upset about it as well. Why? Because they don't give me none. No me dieron a mí. And this is the reality. I want to say that somebody have to supply. Alguien tiene que hacerlo. Somebody has to do it. And somebody must get it done. And for those who have worked hard for the People's United Party, make no mistake, for those people to get any kind of assistance. For those who were never here in Belize, para los que no estuvieron aquí en Belize, y cuando ganó el PUP vinieron a Belize, pues esa ya es otra cosa también para preguntar. Then not the people supposed to vex, it's the PUP supposed to vex with the PUP, because there are people maybe that they should see deserve it more. Eso es todo. Pero sí yo voy a decir que no, I cannot see, and I don't think that will ever happen. This government does it. Este es el único gobierno que yo veo que realmente apoya a lo que son a los que tienen su creencia en el UDP. You know, they support the UDP in different ways, and they don't care. They don't see colors, and that's something good. If when the United Democratic Party comes in power and does the same thing, pero boy, es una gran diferencia, ¿saben? Yo les voy a decirle que es una gran diferencia entre el PUP y el UDP. Dicen que el PUP y el UDP son igual. Diosito, nunca son igual. En ninguna manera. Y nunca en la way, nunca son igual. Believe me. Yo he hablado de estos problemas que están pasando con buena gente del UDP. Because some of them are my friend. And honestly, I have changed a lot because then I don't really. Ayer mi esposa me dice, what is it? Así yo le digo, es que cuando se habla de política, when you're talking about politics, you know, there's a little valve that I have, a little 4-inch valve in me. Tengo una valvulita, chico, de 4 pulgadas que cuando se abre esa válvula entre mí, boy, I can tell you, I can flush out anything when it comes to politics. I love politics, me gusta la política. Pero sí voy a decir que quisiera ser una persona honesto, una persona que voy a decir tal vez que no está correcto, pero tampoco está mal. All right? It may not be right, but it's not wrong neither. Yes, I would like to see value for money. Yo quisiera ver que lo que estén dando den el valor para el dinero and to take it out. To take it out there, to show the people what they are doing. And I will be more mindful and grateful that these things really happen. Porque yo lo quisiera verlo, de veras, yo lo quisiera verlo, que cosas pasen para mejorar nuestro país. Eso es lo más importante para mí, the most important thing that can happen. ¿Ok? Con eso vamos a estar esta mañana de hybrid public consultation notice. It's time to voice your opinion. It is time to voice your opinion. Hybrid public consultation notice. An environmental impact assessment report has been lodged at the Department of Environment for the construction of a new access passing from the Freshwater Creek Forest Reserve area, interconnecting Honikiamp and Newland Community, Orinjoak, Belize. A public consultation will be held to hear your comments and concerns in relation to the effects of the proposed project of the environment. Date Thursday, July the 23rd, 2026 from 6 p.m. sharp. Venue is the San Esteban Lions Club, San Esteban Village, Orinjoak District, also via the Government of Belize Press Office Facebook page. All right, so vamos a ver si lo pudiéramos también nosotros conectarnos con lo que es esto, que yo creo que es importante, porque los que viven en la área de Honikiamp, los que tienen terrenos en la área de Honikiamp, yo creo que esto es importante porque uno de los impactos para mí que yo ya vi es, I welcome it. I welcome a new road from Honikiamp to Newland. It's very good, you know. A lot of things have come into my mind, but I don't know how much access, how much accessibility, how it will work for me. But for many other people, this will work. Para mucha gente esto va a trabajar. Pero lo que yo quiero es decir que hay que ver el tráfico que va a estar pasando en ese camino, the amount of traffic that will be passing, what traffic will be going, will it be big trucks, will it be, we talk about agriculture, what kind of agriculture, will it be rice, beans, will it be grains, corn, will it be cattle, what will be passing on that road? You know, we have to think about the Dublón crossing. Hay que pensar de la pasada en Dublón. We have to remind them that in rainy seasons you cannot pass that water pass porque se llena de agua. Se llena hasta 2 pies y medio de agua que nadie puede pasar hasta una semana. Nobody can pass until maybe in a week. Or so people can pass when the water goes down to a level that your vehicle can go over. Okay? Hay que buscar una camioneta que es alto para que te ayuden a cruzar, o en un tractor, or in a tractor, you know, you're crossing in a tractor. But when you do that, then you mess up the place. Y cuando se seca el agua, cuando baja el agua, then tenemos un camino bien fregado de lo que es Orange Walk a Honey Camp. We have a bad piece of road, you know, impassable. And there are people who live in Honey Camp, especialmente que tienen niños que traen a la escuela, gente que trabaja en Orange Walk, que van y vienen cada día de Honey Camp a Orange Walk. Hay gente que vive en el camino, gente que tiene sus ranchitos, gente que tiene sus cañaverales. Y la cosa es cuánto daño estas cosas van a hacer. So, yo creo que es importante para la gente que están haciendo este proyecto, y también no solo es el pedazo de camino de lo que es de Honey Camp a Newfoundland, no solo es el Honey Hub, pero es de Orange Walk, de lo que es aquí en Pettville, a donde termina el asfalto de Pettville hasta las 8 millas de mi rancho mío. Okay, that's my concern. My concern is from Pettville to my farm. How much it will affect. Cuánto va a molestar. You know, there are times that sometimes we cannot go to Honey Camp. Hay días que no podemos ir. Hay días que yo me he molestado, enojado con lo que es Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing. You know, I've been calling Minister Espada. I've been calling CU Victor Espada. I call the area representative Kevin Bernard. I go right here to the MIDH, Mr. Jones, Mr. Novello, all these people, they know when Sunny go there because Sunny can't reach a farm. You know, que yo tengo que poner piedras, lleno con piedras y lleno con lo que sea para poder llegar. Pero mientras que yo llegue a mi rancho, yo estoy feliz. Once I can reach, I am happy. Y yo creo que todos están felices cuando quieren en un lugar y llegan a su área respectivamente. You know, I have seen Mr. Tillett and his grandchildren fixing the piece of road because he wants to come out. Él quiere salir y su carro de él no es four-wheel drive. Él quiere salir and he has his grandchildren working, fixing holes, filling stones and stuff like that. I have seen that, you know. I have seen Bano Cuello, you know, fixing that piece of road. And since Bano has been back in Honey Camp, a lot of good things have happened to us, that the road sometimes is so bad, so unpassable, it's unpassable. And because of Bano Cuello, he fixed it because he wants to go to his farm. And once Bano reached the Fuji farm, he is happy. He don't care about the rest. All right, él ya llegó. Pero mientras que Bano componga hasta llegar a su cutoff de él en Honey Camp, then ya yo tengo que ver para poder llegar al 3/4 mile que me queda a mí para llegar al mío. About maybe a 3/4 mile, half mile to reach to my farm. and that's a big tall calling. It's a calling, or a mile more to go. Pero lo que yo quiero decir es que a todos que tienen terreno en Honeycamp, a todos que tienen terreno en Dublón, a todos que tienen terreno en el camino para ir a Dublón, todos que tienen terreno en Miller's Bight, esta junta es importante, and I wish that you go and you voice your opinion, all right? Because the road will be more trafficable. The road will be carrying more weight. I don't know what kind of vehicles, trucks will be traveling there. Tal vez para las menonas están viendo que eso va a cortarles a ellos tal vez como 10 millas. Cuando yo estaba chamaco en los 70s, in 1975, that I can remember, in 1974, 75, 1976, when we used to go to Honeycamp, cuando nosotros íbamos a Honeycamp en 1975, we used to go to Honeycamp on the old Belize highway, on the old Belize road, okay? On the old Belize highway, the old Belize road, we used to go to Honeycamp, going all through Carmelita, going down all to Ketz Lagoon, London. There's a village by the name of London before you reach Santa Marta. And then you take a left. The road is still there. There's a road in the left that takes you to Chihuas. Ya ni se escucha de Chihuas. Había un lugar allá atrás que se llamaba Chihuas. Y el desvíe que te lleva a Honeycamp Lagoon. Y nosotros íbamos a Honeycamp, que yo me puedo recordar desde 1975. Mi papá y mis tíos ya iban antes. My dad and my uncles used to go before because they had their cane fields. They had their work going on back there, okay? Hasta en 1984, 83, 84, cuando la droga quedó pesado ahí en Honeycamp, que sembraban marihuana. And they were planting marijuana back at Honeycamp. And the BDF burned down the house that we had at Honeycamp in 1983, 1984. En 1983, 84, yo creo que era el 84, quemaron la casa que teníamos ahí en Honeycamp porque buscaron chicheros de la marihuana. They found the little shish where they were either picking, I don't know, or weighing, I don't know. But there was a lot of weed, a lot of little weed shish in the house, and the BDF found it, and they burned down the house. Okay, they burned down the house, and that was the end of us going to Honeycamp. But we could not go to Honeycamp back then through Petville. No podíamos ir por Petville, porque nadie podía cruzar lo que es Dublón, tal vez solo con caballo, con cayuco, o no sé cómo los Mendozas cruzaban. I don't know, maybe Docho could give with that story. Tal vez Docho los puede decir cómo su papá y sus abuelos, como Don Cachucha, Mr. Iwan, cómo Mr. Cachucha cruzaba Dublón para llegar a su rancho. Because these were the people who were there, the Mendozas, the Iwans. They were there. Eso es lo que tenían sus terrenos ahí. Don Méndez, Don Mendoza. These are the people who had land around Dublón. Pero sí, yo les voy a decir que no podíamos ir aquí por Petville, no podíamos ir aquí por Freshwater. We had to go and give the entire it had about 13 miles to reach Honeycamp. And when Bemin Vasquez, and Fax Vasquez, David Vasquez, and and the Vasquez family got some land and planted more sugarcane back there as well. Then Esteban Hernandez, they planted sugarcane, they planted more cane, and then Huero Corral went in and planted sugarcane. So then when they were having these people planting more cane along with Mr. Ches Baiza and Baisita and Linda Baiza planting sugarcane back there, that is when they decided back then in the 90s to put some culverts. Their engineering mind put some culverts at Dublin and cross from Dublin because it makes it shorter for them to bring their sugarcane to the factory. And they did. They did. They put some culverts and they got assistance and they did what they did and they make it shorter for them. Se le hizo más barato, más mejor a ellos. Y eso es lo que pasó, right? I just want to see that is what happened, and the reality is that it made the road shorter. Hizo el camino más corto en ese tiempo, okay? Make the road shorter. So that when I went back to Honey Camp in 1993, when I went back to Honey Camp, they told us, let's go through Petville. I said, Petville? Pero ¿cómo vas a llegar en Petville si el camino en Honey Camp está Dublón? ¿Y cómo vamos a cruzar en Dublón? Y de Dublón hasta Honey Camp está lejos. Todavía es bastante para caminar. So dicen, no, Sunny, ya puedes cruzar en Dublón. And it was a short trip. It was like así, it's close, como que si lo mires cerca. Como que si lo mires cerca de Orange Walk a Honey Camp. Because of the Dublón crossing. Ahora, el hub lo quieren hacerlo que esté más cerca para la gente de lo que es Newfoundland, para que vengan through Honey Camp, pasen por Dublón y lleguen a Orange Walk. Y está bueno. It's very good. But what will be the impact? What will be the damages? Eso es lo que nosotros queremos saber. Así es que it's time to voice your opinion. It is time to voice your opinion. An environmental impact assessment report has been lodged at the Department of the Environment for the construction of a new access passing through the Freshwater Creek Forest Reserve, interconnecting Honey Camp and New Land Community, Orange Walk, Belize. A public consultation will be held to hear your comments and your concerns in relation to the effects of the proposed project on the environment. Date Thursday, July the 23rd, 2026 from 6 p.m. sharp. Venue, San Esteban Lions Club, San Esteban Village, Orange Walk District. Also the Via Government of Belize Press Office Facebook page. Así es que vamos a estar viendo esto que es interesante, pero lo que ellos quieren saber solo es el impacto que esto va a hacer en el environment, all right? We want to know exactly what all consists of the environment. Así es que vamos a estar haciendo esto, y los que tienen sus terrenos allá en Honey Camp, los que tienen sus terrenos en Cacao, okay? Those of you who have your land in Cacao, you can, very important, los que tienen sus cañaverales, allá atrás en Cacao, yo no sé si ya tiene como unos años que fuimos como 6, 7 años tal vez que yo me fui a Chihuas. I went to Chihuas to fishing about 7 years ago. Haven't been to Chihuas in 7 years, or 8 maybe. Pero está Chihuas allá atrás y nadie parece que no llega hasta Chihuas porque Chihuas está en el reserve. And like how it is the reserve, then nobody go to Chihuas. But they have a new place that they call Cacao. All right? Y muchos de San José, San Pablo, tienen terreno en cacao, porque el UDP lo hizo de reserve ese pedazo y muchos consiguieron terreno. Así es que estas son cosas que estamos viendo y a ver qué es lo que va a pasar, ¿ok? But we keep it locked, we keep it in tune. So con esto, yo les voy a decir gracias por estar conmigo esta mañana. I will say thank you for being with me this morning. Thank you, Miss Paulita Castillo. Thank you, Nadi Bustillos. Muchas gracias, Doña María Julia Correa, Miss María Cocom. Thank you so much for tuning in. And let us see what will happen. Y mi concern mío siempre es lo mejor para este país, lo mejor para nosotros, lo mejor para Belice y cómo podemos mejorar. How we can do better for our lives. Believe me, we live in a very rich country, en un país rico. Solo queremos apoyo. If we can get that assistance, if we can get that help, why it changes the life of the few 400,000 people that is living in this country. Les estoy diciendo que hay para ayudar a nuestro país. Hay para hacerlo. Tenemos para hacerlo. Tenemos manera. Pero man, ahí lo vamos a dejar. O sea, no me quiero molestarme hoy. Todo ya fue bien, ya fue hermoso, ya fue como debía que ir. Y de veras, ya acabó el programa y no quiero molestarme antes que me vaya. Pero sí, solo les quiero recordar una vez más que esta tarde estaremos en San Esteban, ¿ok? We will go to San Esteban at 6 o'clock. Gracias. Gracias, Orange Rock. Gracias, Corozal. Gracias, Belice. Gracias por la fiel sintonía a el 95.5.
Home, sweet home, Belize, sweet home, Belize, sweet home, Belize. Home, sweet home, Belize. There is not a place so fine.